Gecqua is the new water starter in Pokémon Winds and Waves, and the internet is calling it homophobic slurs. I hate Twitter. But have water type starters become more feminine over the years? And I find Gecqua's gender presentation just fascinating. Pokemon agrees with me. Look at this emoji choice to talk about it, come on. And a gendered look at Gecqua is very different from the community's view of Sprigatito, for example. The choice of adjectives that fans are choosing have words like diva, cunty, it's almost a drag queen-like sort of femininity. Meanwhile, Chikorita? She's just a clean girl. Light concealer, some mascara, and her choker. Instead, Gecqua kinda slays. But something I really love about this is the water drop on the forehead, almost like it's a Hindu bindi. I know that culturally that's originally from India, and Winds and Waves is supposedly inspired by Indonesia. But with Paldea, the starters also had design motifs from outside the region. We had a Mexican ghost croc, a Brazilian gay duck, and a Mardi Gras cat. None of those are specifically Spanish. For Gecqua, I think there's a good chance there is South Asian inspiration for these features. And for Western eyes, these kinds of foreign traits are often conflated with a queer aesthetic. An aesthetic that was indeed created by POC and immigrant communities. And this is where it gets super crazy, and I might get a bit too excited and maybe overthink, and I will mispronounce stuff, and I'm sorry, but hear me out. In Hindu tradition, the spot between the eyebrows is the Agna chakra. It is said to be the exact point in the body where masculine and feminine energy channels merge, symbolizing the absolute end of duality. It is quite literally the center of gender fluidity. There's also the Hijra, who for thousands of years have been living in the Indian subcontinent and deeply revered in sacred texts. They were considered so spiritually powerful that families would specifically invite them to bless marriages and the births of children with prosperity and good luck. In a nutshell, I think Gecqua evolves into water psychic. Of course, I'm just rehearsing and being a bit speculative because that's all we have to go off here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is not really the complete inspiration for Gecqua, and there will be more to talk about once we see its full evolution line. But I believe it is undeniable that not only has there been a shift in how water types are seen and designed since Gen 1, but the backlash by some people is also very real. From Poplio to Quaxley and now Gecqua, the memes don't let me lie, I mean. What is the main difference in how these Pokemon are perceived by an audience? I think it's clear as water that it has to do with a sort of a gendered look, an abandonment of water only as a crashing Poseidonian force, and instead as something that can take different forms, different approaches, that can lure and envelop and change with the tide.